Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. So Sangat Ji, I'm just here right now with Phillip, and Phillip is actually someone that's from Norway. We're actually in Norway right now, and last year with some Sangat that came to Norway and did some prachar and some seva, they actually met Phillip then as well. And how long have you been watching the YouTube channel for?
I was first watching it for in about a year now, I think.
Okay.
I think the beginning of May last year.
Okay then.
Yeah.
And it's been a year now. We actually heard about Philip's story back in the UK when the Sangat came back, but now 1 year later, we actually get to meet them in person. And we've already spoken to him already, and the kind of stuff that Viju is actually going through is actually very inspirational. And hopefully you can share some stuff with us now. I'll ask you a few questions, and you can just share that with the Sangat, those people who are going to be watching this video one day, and those gems that you just said to us, hopefully it can inspire them as well. So can you just tell us how you heard about Sikhi in the first place and this message of Guru Nanak Dev Ji?
You know, it's kind of a long story, but I have been working for some years with the workshop regarding consciousness work and self-guiding work. Okay. And I've been working with a lot of people, and I've been doing much self-developing work with myself and with my consciousness, and I've been working with the concept of ego for some time. And I just felt kind of I was banging my head in the roof, kind of. I was sitting at home watching YouTube, and then I saw some YouTube films with actually with a Muslim and agnostic thing. They discussed some religion, and I've never been into religion actually. Okay. You know, yeah, that's a long story. But I saw this Muslim starting a discussion with Sikh called Jagraj, and just what he represented in his energy and where he came from in the intention for what he was saying really resonated with me, and I felt that this is a guy that is kind of humble and powerful in the same time. And that's also was my kind of understanding about what it is to be a powerful human being, so that was my way into Sikh, because I got really inspired about the Jagraj, and I'm starting following some other videos, and I saw him discussing with many people, and he had the same approach, the same calmness, and his metaphors was beautiful.
Wow.
So yeah.
So what's cool is that just from what you just said now is that you saw Jagraj Singh as being very powerful, and the word that I picked up from there that you said also was humble, having that humility made it very powerful, and that's actually something that our Guru says as well. So Guru Nanak Dev Ji says that actually where the humble reside, that's where God is as well. That's where that divine creator is. So just something to think about. The more humble we are, that's where God is themselves. So at that time, we'd say that not even Jagraj Singh is speaking. That is the Guru. That is that one speaking through Jagraj Singh at that time as well. So that's amazing to hear. And so when it comes to your actual spiritual journey, how has Sikhi helped in that way then?
It has helped me get to know much more of the authenticity inside me. Okay. I've been practicing Sikhi for a year, kind of deep. I was growing cash, and I was going to the Gurdwara every morning, listening to Kirtan. I was playing, I was learning harmonium,
really?
learning Shabads. Yeah.
Did you learn it at the Gurdwara as well?
Yes.
Oh, cool.
I did. So, yeah.
Do you know any? Can you remember any now?
I can Nanike Garke Gule.
Okay then.
Jitanam Sapie. It is? Yeah,
okay.
That was the last one. I'm actually learning right now.
Yeah.
I'm in the Gurdwara 3 times a week in the morning time.
Yeah.
Because I see the discipline, I see the structure, I see what what makes me humble is
Yeah.
to bow down before Guru Granth Sahib
Yeah.
every day, actually,
Okay.
because I need to leave my ego somewhere.
Yeah, yeah.
And when I do that, I really get, feel I get into the essence of what I can see life is,
Yeah.
and I get the balance I feel in my life and in my work. Yeah, it has been a lovely journey, and I don't know where it's going, but I'm going to go to the Gurdwara and do Kirtan and learning more Shabbads and I don't know.
One day
Let's
we'll
see.
probably see you sitting on stage as well, singing to the Sangat.
I have actually sing on stage on Gurdwara.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I did it 2-3 times.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's cool, man. Do you have any
Yeah.
pictures of that as well? Or anything?
Yeah, I have
It'd be
some
cool to see.
pictures. Yeah,
Show
I
us
have some-
afterwards, that'd be great to see.
Yeah, I have some pictures.
Yeah.
You can see me with the beard
Yeah.
as well.
So if you mind me asking, what actually happened there? Then you started keeping your gears, but then obviously you don't have your gears now.
No.
What was the reason for that, if you mind me asking?
Yeah, it got really intense for me.
Okay.
I felt that I needed to find a different balance between Sikhi and my life
Okay.
in this society. And for me, it was always Sikhi was inside me.
Okay.
I didn't need to show it kind of to others.
Okay.
But I also see the very, very importance about the structures, about the turban and the kesh and the kara.
Yeah.
And
You're wearing a kara now as well,
yeah,
right?
I have
Wow.
kara. Yeah.
That's cool.
This will be on me for the rest of my life, I
Oh,
think.
like you.
So yeah, it's in the last part of that intense journey was kind of I felt like much of the spirituality and the love was changed out with morals.
Okay.
And morals is very, very important, but morals is also a part of judging.
Yeah.
So the kind of judging of other people that didn't live the life way that I did
Yeah.
kind of got to a destructive impact on me.
Do you feel like you were being judged, or do you feel like
I felt that I've been judged, but I think maybe that was also my
Okay.
judgment towards myself.
Okay, okay, yeah.
I don't know, but yeah, I feel it's difficult to live in this society and
Yeah.
also represent something that
Okay.
is so kind of clear. And I
Yeah.
think many people are afraid. That's why they judge. That's why they are insecure. And
Yeah.
I think. But I also felt a lot of love through that journey. But I feel that was the part, that was the right choice for me in where I am right now in my life. I don't know. Maybe I will go back kind of to do it in the outside as well when I get older. I don't know. But Sikhi will always be inside me. Sikhi will always be a part of me, a big part of me. And
Yeah.
it's about my consciousness and where I choose to have my focus, and that's Vaheguru.
So amazing. So something you said earlier as well on that line of morals as well was that you feel like sometimes people get so fixated on morals that they forget about love.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Okay, so
And I felt that I was fanget, kind of in this paradox that I didn't get out of.
okay,
And I also saw a lot of Sikh was in this paradox.
Yeah.
And it's kind of the rules is more important than anything else. And I think it's not black and white. Nothing is black and white.
100%. So that's something that we actually say to a lot of people when they ask us questions about Sikhi. They say, what does Sikhi say about this situation, right? And again, what we usually say in response is that Sikhi is not black and white. You cannot give the same answer to one person that you can give to someone else, because everyone's situation is different, right? And when it comes back to the love, that's a very powerful point that Viji actually said it earlier. When I heard you say it, I was standing just on the side, and it really hit me as well. because it's something that we see ourselves as well a lot in the community, is that a lot of people actually start to get so fixated on these morals, on these rules, that you have to live within this box, and if you go outside that box and you're doing something wrong, right? But then that's where the love goes.
Yes.
Okay, that love for that one, and that's where it all starts from, right? Having that love, and that love will take us all the way back to God, to Vaiguruji.
Absolutely.
Right, and but at the same time, it's something that is to be expected in the same way, because when you're walking this path, it's not always an easy path, right? So our third Guru, Guru Amar Das Ji, they actually refer to this path as very fine. It's as sharp as a double-edged sword and as fine as a piece of hair. So when you want to walk this path, it's very difficult, right? So when you start this path, it's hard. First, if you want to keep your hair, how did you feel when you first kept your hair and you was walking around the streets? Did people say anything to you?
No, they
or like
didn't
your workers felt a bit like, whoa, what's going on here with Phillip?
No, yeah, the kind of my closest friends and family and stuff, I think they didn't understand anything, but I felt really good actually, because I did. You know, also it's about, I think everything is about thoughts. Kind of the concept of spiritual enlightenment that I've also been diving into for some years, and I felt that it took away a lot of thoughts regarding how I look, and the importance of how I was looking, and that was freedom, kind of, you know.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, it was freedom.
Awesome. Just one more point then, and then if you have anything else to say, then we can go through that. But just touching upon ego again, okay? Because again, the stuff that you're talking about is very basic stuff, okay? But this basic stuff is sometimes lost, and we start to delve in so deeply and start focusing on rules and etc. that we lose these basic qualities of, you know, having love. I'm trying to refrain from ego and acts of ego as well. And so when you look at ego, what is ego to you? This idea of ego, you used the word quite a few times earlier. But what is ego to you?
Ego is what I want, kind of. I think it's a lot of different perspective in what ego is. But one perspective, I see ego as the whole me. And when I let my whole me go, I'm free. And I don't have any thoughts left. So I just focusing on Vaheguru. That's the only thing in my consciousness. And a kind of fascinating thing I was experiencing that when I didn't follow my will, I kind of got more satisfied. But then I needed to define what is my will before I couldn't go towards my will. But you know, I think we are a paradox. And that is also what Guru Nanak is a sentence that he was saying in Guru Granth Sahib that it's meant a lot to me, and that is sadness is a medicine, comfort is a disease. And I think Guru Nanak understood that we are a paradox, and if we searching for comfort, we never be satisfied, and we don't accept sadness as a part of life, and that make us suffering. But if we accept sadness as a part of life, we get kind of happy inside us, because we don't look at it as sadness.
So you obviously do Kirtan as well, so you must read a lot of Gurbani or certain parts of Gurbani. And how do you actually contemplate it as well? So you said to us earlier that you like to think about things very deeply, and that's what we should be doing with Gurbani. So do you actually do that as well?
Absolutely.
So you just spoke about it now, about the pain being the medicine. I think you're referring to Guru Sahib says Dukh Daru Sukh Rog Paya. I think that's the line you're on about. So your pain is the medicine, but happiness is a disease, because when we're in happiness, generally we tend to forget about God, Vaheguru. We forget about them because we're so happy in our life, right? It's only when we're in pain that we realize, oh, you know, we need to go to someone higher for help now. So is that something you do a lot of then, just actually contemplating on Gurbani?
Yeah, I've done it every day. I read the Shabbat, and
A specific Shabbat or just any Shabbat?
any a random Shabbat every day, and I
Where do you read that from?
Gurbani anywhere, I think.
Gurbani anyway, okay.
Yeah.
This is one of the apps on your iPhone, right?
Yeah.
Awesome.
This, and I got this favorite.
Okay.
It's a.
Oh yeah, so you have all the different like
This is something
sin, yeah, awesome.
that.
So that's cool. So you can even make topics, right? And
Topics, yeah.
have that in. So we've got one on our YouTube channel as well that we've gone through. It's called iGurbani. Have you heard of that as well?
Yeah, I've heard about it. Yeah.
So that one's great as well. That you've got. The thing why we just made one about iGurbani is that it's so user friendly. And with iGurbani, so I'm on it right now. If you just switch to full word in English, you can type in any word, and it will give you every single Shabbat in Gurbani about that word.
Nice.
So let's just say you're angry one day, and you're thinking, I get angry all the time. How can I get rid of this anger? You go on your phone, type in anger, and every single Shabbat in Gurbani. So you got
Very
600 choices there about anger. So the first one actually comes up in the evening prayer.
Yeah.
And Guru Ramdas is saying to us, Kaam, Krodh, Nagar, Bahopariya. Kaam here means desires, and Krodh means anger. Nagar means a city, but the city they honor by here is the city of the body. Bahopariya is my body is so filled with anger and desires, but they're asking, how can I get rid of this anger and this desires inside me? And they say, Mila Sadhu. Sadhu means is that the saints, the ones who are practicing themselves, meet them, and they say, Khandala Khanda, and this will destroy all those desires inside me of anger and greed. So again, the Guru has given us, so that could be like a message, right? So you get angry one day, you think, what can I do to solve this? And you go on your iGurbani, you type in anger, and the first thing our Guru says to us is actually go and meet a saint, and they get rid of it. Now your mission would be to go out and find someone, maybe go to the Gurdwara and speak to someone, and they'll give you that message, actually you should be doing this, or even just being in their positive company can help a lot.
Absolutely.
Just something about me personally, especially when I came into Sikhi, so it's only been 3 years for me as well, and it was through Jagraj as well, and it was actually just having good company that changed my life. Especially when I was younger, I'd hang around with my mates, obviously, and the general conversation would be about women, right?
Yeah.
And stuff like that, and things people may watch on the internet. And just talking about it would affect me mentally. And you start to have thoughts. But when I started to hang around with people who never talked about that kind of stuff, talked about God, all I do now is go on the internet and find stuff about Vaiguru. And then that linked to the YouTube channel, and me learning more about Sikhi, and now actually working for the organization as well. So it's cool, and
very cool.
Just exactly, we all got our own journey, and it's beautiful because we can share it. And I've learned so much from you, right? Because again, right now I'm actually going around and spreading this message myself. We're based on Sikhi, and just what you said has resonated with me, and it's reminded me that this is about love. Guru Gobind Singh Ji actually tells us that if we don't have love, we cannot find God. Right? They say, Jinne Prem Kiyo, the ones who have loved Tin Hi Prapayo, they find that one. Okay, so it's like
Beautiful.
the most simplest thing, right?
Yeah, it is.
And I said this to actually someone in London. We was in Bath, so it's not in London, it's just outside of London. And I said to her that the main reason why we're here is to find that one, and it's through love. And she started to cry. Just a random person who doesn't even believe in God. She was atheist as well. She was like, whoa, I just assumed she believed in God, right? And then I was like, it's through love. Love for others, but love for ourselves.
Yeah.
And it really hit her, right? Because that's the main thing. Without love, what are we doing it for? Why are we doing Seva? Why are we doing Kirtan? It's for love.
And I think that's where it starts, love for ourselves,
Yeah.
to love others.
Yeah.
It's very important, I think.
No, definitely. Just to finish off with just the key points that we've talked about, because it's so basic but it's so important. So we've talked about humility, we've talked about love, we've talked about ego, okay? But all these things link together. So you've even mentioned yourself, when you feel like going to the Gurdwara and you matha take, you bow to Guru Granth Sahib Ji, you feel like, you just, all this weight's been lifted off you, the ego's been lifted off you, now you've given it to that one. And this is something that Guru Nanda Ji talks about as well. And they say to us that actually this ego is our medicine. Okay, the ego can be used in a positive way.
Absolutely.
Right? So what they say is home means ego. Okay, so home I me, home dira rog hai. It's this very powerful rog, disease. But they say daru, the medicine, is within that. The medicine is within the ego, because now all we're doing with this ego is giving it to someone. We're giving our head to someone, to the guru, right? And when we give it to them, our ego, we get humility in return, right?
Absolutely.
And then we get love.
Yes.
We don't see ourselves as someone. We see the guru as the highest, and now we live for the guru. And then maybe one day we'd even die for that guru as well. And we breathe what the guru is saying. So it just resonates with everything you're saying, and it was amazing to talk to you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. As
Do you have anything else you want to say? You want to say anything to anyone on the camera? Just a message for everyone that they can hopefully apply into their lives as well?
Yeah, I think maybe just follow what's important for you and go on your own journey.
Okay, that's great. Thank you so much for your time.
If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, share and subscribe. Please donate and help spread Guruji's message. Link is in the description below. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.